People tryna say I'm only in the meeting. Got a cold with my dogs, can't get in between. I can give them life, no more energy. Amen. Amen.
Welcome in, everybody. Where did JJ go? There we go. Hope everybody is having a great start to their Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Thanksgiving also means Thanksgiving football. I know that's what I'm excited for, at least. We got a lot of games to talk about, JJ. We got. Which one are you most excited for?
Probably Cowboys and Chiefs.
Dude, look. Okay, I'm not gonna bet against the Chiefs because every time I do, I like really feel strongly about it, and then they always fuck me. Like they always win anyways. But I really want to.
Yeah.
All right, we'll get into that. Well, let's go game by game first. So first off, we got the Lions game. Lions versus the Packers. You guys already know I'm gonna be nuking the Lions spread. I always do. But even outside of my Homer fan bias, dude, I like it. I like our matchup. I like the revenge narrative. I think the Packers are kind of fraudulent. Where do you what's your take on that game?
When it comes to the Packers defense, I don't know what to expect, but it's got to be a Gibbs receiving game, right? I mean, we just saw 10 targets the first time they played.
My take on it is kind of Gibbs had obviously the Packers won, so maybe they don't change anything. But obviously Gibbs had a bunch of targets last game. Gibbs just had the crazy game against the Giants. They're using JMO differently. So I think we might, instead of seeing 10 receptions for Gibbs, I think they just work JMO into the shallow game a little bit more because for whatever reason, Amon-Ra St. Brown is terrible against the Packers. No matter what coverage data or DB matchup you look at, it always looks good. It never goes well. So it's not going to be Amon-Ra St. Brown. Laporte is still not there. I'm not betting on an Isaac Tesla breakout against the Packers. Funnels into Jahmyr Gibbs and JMO. And if you're the Packers, you're coaching the defense, at least if I'm coaching the defense, my focus is going to be on Jahmyr Gibbs. My whole game plan is going to be about how are we going to defend Jahmyr Gibbs. So yes, this kind of the same thing with the schematics that you talked about. It makes 100% sense for it to be another Jahmyr Gibbs game. I just feel like if I was the coach, I'd end up funneling things into Jameson Williams.
The only problem with JMO that I have is, like he started running more horizontal routes, and then last week they just completely went away from it. Like, do you think it's going back to what it was the previous 2 weeks?
When you say going away from it, was it like a number of routes that were horizontal or a percentage of routes? Because I didn't check on that
percentage.
Yet. What I kind of debate about it is he traditionally doesn't get open against man coverage. I know his yards per run so far this season has been a lot better against man coverage, but he traditionally doesn't get open and win his routes against man coverage. So I'm wondering if they just used him in a sacrificial role and said, hey, go clear it out for Amon-Ra St. Brown and Jahmyr Gibbs. There's been no coach speak on that. That's a take off the top of my head that makes sense in my head. But that's kind of my 2 cents on it because there's no way you go from 6 targets in 3 straight games after the bye to just being like, yeah, you know that thing that was working really well? We're not doing that anymore. I think there had to be something else to it.
Yeah. I couldn't tell, but yeah, the percentage of routes like horizontally like definitely decreased. So it's kind of weird.
I also think in this matchup you can't, like the Giants, you can beat them deep. So maybe that was the other thing. It was like, oh, we know he can be a deep threat. He's got wheels. Let's see if we can take advantage of it. You're not doing that against the Packers. If you do that against the Packers, you're wasting a route, which we know Dan Campbell. Everybody thought it was Ben Johnson before, but we're starting to believe it's more and more Dan Campbell in terms of this concept of no wasted routes. Nobody's overlapping. Nobody's running to the same parts of the field. Everybody's running their own routes, and anybody can be open. And I feel like, again, just knowing Dan Campbell, there's no way he's just like, yeah, go occupy some space and we'll go somewhere. I don't know. I go back and forth, but I think last game mean, bro, they only beat the Giants in overtime. That has to be a fluke.
I mean, the
You
fact that
can't
you
just
went
run
to
back that
overtime
same
with the
game.
Giants is a little bit of a problem.
On the Packers side, still no Tucker Kraft. Looks like Josh Jacobs is supposed to be back. What's your take on that side of the ball? Because I know everybody loves Christian Watson.
Yeah. I think we'll probably see like a slightly reduced role for Josh Jacobs just to like slowly get him back. But I mean, he's still gonna get like a normal amount of touches per se. It's just I think it's gonna be tough with the stack boxes running. I think they have to throw deep on the Lions, which is of course Christian Watson. I mean, they're allowing the highest deep ball throw rate in the league with the last 5 weeks and on the season. I think it sets up perfectly for Christian Watson. If you look outside of that, probably a Dontavion Wicks because he is also another man beater. Because he's probably going to be in the slot once they run their 11 personnel. I think that's probably going to be like the second go-to target. Outside of that, I'm not really sure.
Dude, I bet Wicks the last 2 Thanksgivings, and it hasn't gone well. Thanksgiving specifically, I don't know why, but I keep ending up betting Wicks. It always looks good, but I just can't do it.
Sorry, it just means it's this week. It's this year.
Probably is. It's like your Jalen Suggs read in the NBA.
Yeah.
Happy Thanksgiving, guys. We see you in the chat. Appreciate you as always. I know sometimes we have bugs on Twitter with whether you can comment or not. So if you guys are on Twitter, if you guys can just put something in the chat to confirm that you can chat, always let us know because, again, we want to make sure everybody's enjoying the live stream to the fullest extent. Let's get into the run game now because I think there's a lot to talk about here. Start off with the Lions. We all saw Jahmyr. We are live on YouTube, by the way. Yes, we are. You can go ahead and check that out. We're live on Twitch, YouTube, and Twitter. For the Jahmyr Gibbs thing, we all saw him have one of the best rushing games of the season last week. Pretty much every time he touched it was a 70-yard house call. David Montgomery still exists, even if he's not 1A, 1B anymore. He's RB2, but he still exists. And it's not realistic to give Jahmyr Gibbs 30, 40 touches a game. Like, there has to be some balance. So are you going to take away more of the rushing work or more of the receiving work? In this matchup, and knowing that the RB2 is Dave Montgomery, I don't think you're taking away the receiving work. So then, if the rush attempts come down to like 11 to 13 or 14, that significantly limits his upside, especially in a matchup like this. And knowing that David Montgomery isn't the bruiser per se, but he is more of a between the tackles, not necessarily, you're not banking on a breakaway run, but you're getting a good, strong 3-yard run at the very least. And that's valuable in an offense. So I think from the matchup standpoint, it makes sense to use Montgomery here, even though Jahmyr Gibbs has been so good. Again, no coach speak on that. This is just, if I'm the coach, this is what I'm doing. So,
I don't know. If you look at last week, the coach speak was we wanted to get David Montgomery involved, but Jahmyr Gibbs was having himself a game, so there was no way he was going to do that. I think this week it makes perfect sense to go back to him and trying to get him involved.
And what are you thinking if you're David Montgomery on the sidelines there? You're like, yeah, I'm supposed to go in on the next drive, but I don't think I'm going in anymore.
It's like, fuck it, you got the high hand. There ain't shit you can do.
Do you like this matchup for either of them? Because it seems like you were a little less bullish on the Packers rush defense than I was when we were talking before.
I don't know. I feel like the Packers run defense will have its moments randomly. It's just hard to predict. But I do think David Montgomery makes a little bit more sense here. I think probably the best way to attack him is probably between the tackles.
I agree. I think this is where a lot of people on Jahmyr Gibbs receiving yards and like receptions, and like I talked about how they might game plan him more. But from a using Jahmyr Gibbs standpoint, using him as an extension of the run game might make a little bit more sense. Packers side, Josh Jacobs coming back. Emmanuel Wilson just had like 500 rush attempts in the last game. What are you seeing on that side of the ball?
Probably see, honestly, like before Jacobs got hurt, we'll probably kind of see that split again where it might like alternate on some drives. But I don't know. I think Jacobs and what he brings to the table, he probably got to stick with that majority of the way, but just can't count out Emmanuel Wilson. At least, like, he's going to be a serviceable backup here just to do something. But, I mean, against a stacked box right here, it's going to be tough because I'm pretty sure Detroit's running the base personnel, so I feel like you need that bruiser running back in there, Jacobs, to set up the play action.
Dude, I don't think I've seen somebody love a player as much as Matt LaFleur loves Josh Jacobs. I don't think his usage goes anywhere.
Yeah. I think it changes slightly here. Well, going back to what game was that when there was kind of like alternating drives?
Josh Jacobs, I don't know if he was sick or like I was kind of banged up. It was a primetime game.
Yeah.
But I can't remember exactly what the game was. But I don't think that was like a game plan like, oh, Emmanuel Wilson's been earning more touches. I think it was like Josh Jacobs was playing bad. He wasn't feeling well. And like they do still like Emmanuel Wilson. I think
it was the same game where they took him off the injury report with the calf injury. And now they just take him off the injury report with the knee injury. So I feel like it could be like one of those games.
Yeah. I don't like the matchup for either of them. I really don't. I think they're going to have to pass here.
Yeah, I agree.
All right. So think that's everybody to talk about on that side, unless I'm missing somebody.
I guess Musgrave.
Isn't his usage like way down?
I think so.
I know it was before last week.
Let me check his route share one more time.
I'm trying to, because before last week it was down to like 33% route share. Like it was a true split.
Yeah, so first game without Tucker Kraft, that was week 10. He had 76% route share. And then since then, it's been 34% and 33%. So it's very hard to trust that role. They've been using more John Fitzpatrick. He's at 41 and 50% route share the last 2 games.
Bro, we're asking all these questions. I can just pull up our handy-dandy website, solve all our problems. For those who aren't subscribed, go check my pinned post on Twitter. We can go get you a nice subscription there. But Musgrave. Let me get the screen share going. Oh, hold on. This is a lot easier when I have my full setup back at home.
Yeah.
There we go. All right. So routes run in each game. He had 34 in that first game when what's his face went down. Oh, did not mean to do that. I'm working with you guys. He had 34 in that first game, and things were looking up. He's at 11 and 10 cents. Like that's not good, guys. That's really not what you want to see. So if that's going to be the case, dude, does he have lines? I might want to fade him.
Let me check.
Oh, wait. I forgot we added lines to the site. I can check on there. He has a 15.5 yard line. Is that too low, or are we going to take that?
Might be willing to take it.
I think that's worth a look. Because if we check, let's say, 10 to 15 routes. 10 to 20. He's under in every game except the Carolina game. I might be wrong.
For tight ends, so that makes sense.
Isn't Carolina a good matchup for tight ends too?
Yeah.
Yeah, 15.5 on MGM. That's a good number. I like that. On DraftKings at FanDuel, it's sitting at 13.5. Is there a longest reception line? That might be air. Or receptions, maybe.
9.5.
1.5 receptions. So what do you like better then? Between those three?
Honestly, longest reception might be it.
What's his ADOT looking like? Let's see. He said 6.2, or let's go back to filtering for the routes run. 10 to 20 routes. The green games, I don't think he played in, so it's just these. 6.2, 23, and 6 air yards. Dude, it might be.
Yeah, if you look at the last 3 weeks, 2.3 ADOT.
How do they traditionally do against tight ends? Theo Johnson at 77 yards.
He had a lot of that the fourth quarter and then overtime.
But then Goddard only 24. Ertz 54 is not what you want to see. Auden 65, it was the only healthy one. Kelsey 78. Okay, this admittedly doesn't look great, but it's also Musgrave is just not on the field enough.
Yeah,
Mark Andrews,
you got to match it with somebody with a similar role as the thing too.
Yeah, he had 4. Bro, Tucker Kraft only had 16 earlier this season. I'm kind of with it. I think I'm with you on the under longest being the way to go because I think my concern is that Detroit is a pass funnel. So like what might be 2 targets in any other game might actually be 3 or 4 in this one.
Yeah. If your Lions know how to tackle, this should be air.
Our linebackers are healthy, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe we should let's pull up the injury report since we haven't talked about that
yet. So basically what we're about to do, we're going to build a parlay for each game.
Yep.
And then put a full slate together parlay.
All right. So for the Lions, let's make sure none of the linebackers are on the report that I missed. No, all the linebackers are healthy. Davenport's questionable. That could be nice. Brian Branch is going to play. Terrion Arnold, he was limited. He apparently might play. If I missed any, Brock Wright's out. Dude, we just don't have tight ends anymore. Isaac Tesla and Khalif Raymond's out. Does Isaac Tesla have lines?
I think so.
Plus 113 for 1.5 receptions. Receiving yards is 15.5, 17.5. I know we don't like the matchup for it, but that's not bad.
And then the coach speak this week, or was it? We like where Isaac Tesla is at. He's had a ton of growth. We went into this year saying, let this guy grow. There would be a place for him on special teams, and he would be a spot player on offense. And that's what he would be into proving there is more than that. We love we love that clay and wanted to mold that clay. He's gotten better and better, and we're asking him to do more. I do believe it's going to come. He'll get an uptick in production, and he'll get used a little bit more here. But I like where he's at, and he's doing a good job. And that was 2 days ago.
I think I'm in. We're down 2 tight ends. We don't have the only guy that competes for snaps with him. Am I really going to be on JMO and Isaac Tesla in the same game against a defense that's nuts and past the defense?
It sounds like it.
Yeah, Tony, I know you DM me about Tesla, but I completely missed the Raymond and Brock Wright news when you DM me. I'm not going to lie. This is why we do this. Make sure we cover all our bases. Yeah, Isaac Tesla season. I'm here for it. Let's double check the Packers side to make sure we're not missing anything there. Tavion Wicks full practice. Christian Watson full participation. Luke Van Ness is out. Jaden Reed is out, no surprise there. Matthew Golden questionable. Josh Jacobs limited, but he's going to play. No surprises here, really. This is going to be a fun one. Yeah, Isaac Tesla, first touchdown, receiving yards. I'm here for it. And Luke Musgrave unders. Oh, I have a lot of props. I'm going to have a lot of props in this game. But I'm going to have more props in this 3-game slate than I do on like a normal Sunday slate. All right, so before we move on to the next game, shall we talk parlay, JJ?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Who's the winner of this game?
I might have to say the Lions.
Thank God, or else we were going to have to end this stream early.
I mean, it definitely helps the Lions are at home. If the Lions are on the road, I'd be saying Packers, but
yeah, that's completely fair. All right, who's scoring a touchdown? Oh, we didn't go over the touchdowns on here. Let me go back to the screen share then.
you set it all up before the stream, and then
I know.
completely forgot about it.
All right, so the Packers are allowing their 14th most highest percentage of rushing touchdowns. That's gone up to 75% the last 3 games, so that's super nice. The Lions are allowing the 6th lowest. So against the Lions, you're targeting passing touchdowns. Against the Packers, you're targeting rushing touchdowns. Which one do you want to target? If we go for the spirit of correlation, then it's a Packers running or a Lions running back. If we just want which one's more funneled, then it's probably a Packers pass catcher.
Yeah. Probably have to target the running backs here.
All right. Jameer or Montgomery? Montgomery's plus 150. Jameer's minus 175.
That's a tough one. Which one you leaning since you're the Lions expert?
I'm leaning Montgomery because so I took his touchdown prop last game. Obviously, Jameer went crazy. Montgomery got a rush attempt at the 1-yard line. And I can't remember if it was a false start or if I think he got stuffed. So, like, it's not like they're not willing to use him there. I can check the goal line splits for him right now. But I think even with Jahmyr Gibbs just dominating lately, I think it's still, like, more balanced than people think in the red zone. I think it's just Jameer's breaking off 50-yard rushing touchdowns. Yeah. So, like, people don't think Montgomery's involved in the touchdown game at all. Let's see. Red zone, true.
Minus 190. That's gross.
Like, that's a lot, bro.
Yeah.
And, like, if it was, like, Derrick Henry last year, I understand it a little bit more because literally nobody else is getting the rushing work in that offense, at least in the red zone. That's not the case here.
Roger is saying Gibbs is a promo to score on Bet365 for plus 100.
Oh, that's easy.
Go ahead and give me David Montgomery.
But since week 8, Gibbs has 9 red zone rush attempts. Monty has 5. If I filter for when they're not losing, so I'll say tied or ahead. That goes to 4 for Gibbs, 2 for Montgomery. If I do on the season,
I think most of that was that one game we bet on Gibbs to score. Remember, I just kept handing it off to him, and he's just getting stuffed.
Yeah. I think their bye was week 9. I mean, bro, Monty's. I didn't even realize this. So the attempts are 4-2 since week 9. Monty's snap rate is higher. I went to Monty. We're going Monty. What's our prop for this game, JJ? We can go Watson, Tesla, JMO, or Musgrave under.
Probably Watson.
Overall receiving yards or longest?
Probably overall receiving. Well, let me check the lines again.
55.5 and 25.5.
Yeah, give me yards.
Yeah, I'm with you there.
Those third downs, they kept going to him, so I trust him here for the yards.
There's no way FanDuel doesn't have Monty to score a touchdown. What am I looking at? Pickett doesn't want to work today. There we go. So on FanDuel, it's plus 546. On DraftKings, it is Watson's out. What?
That ain't right.
Somebody just put that in the chat. Are they messing with me?
Yeah.
Why are we doing that? Come on now. That scared me, bro. I'm not gonna lie. If Watson was out, I would have laid like 10 units on line spread. All right. Receiving yards and Packers and Lions. Oh, god damn it. Why did DraftKings, I don't know if they changed their layout or if this is just, I'm looking at it differently than I usually do, but I don't like this. All right. There we go. Receiving yards over under Christian Watt. Why do they have him at 60.5? What the hell? DraftKings plus 575, FanDuel plus 546, but he's 4 yards lower on FanDuel. Which one do you want? Is the 4 yards worth, what is this, 30 extra cents?
No, because I mean, if he's going over big, right?
I'm with it.
Usually how it is.
All right, let's go half unit at plus 575. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to play each one by itself. Let's do Watson 50 plus. I like that. We're going to do each one for like half unit, and then we're going to use the boost on the overall big one.
To be fair, last week I took his under on receiving yards, so kind of
on Christian Watson.
Yeah,
I took his over longest. Why did you take the over or the under on this receiving yards?
I think it was because of the coverages.
I'm not buying it. You got lucky. Let me make sure that DraftKings FanDuel isn't better if we lower it to 50 plus and then a lock. Yeah, DraftKings is still better. All right, next game, Chiefs Cowboys. This JJ said this is his favorite game of the slate, guys. So we got a good one going. Matthew Golden is out. That's the one who's out. Okay, that makes more sense. I got the money line, but confused with oh yeah, let me put it in the chat. Lions minus 2.5. Watson 50 plus yards and Montgomery touchdown plus 495 DK 0.5 units. And let's get that on the screen here. All right, there we go. You guys see that on the. Now let's talk Chiefs and Cowboys. And I'm just going to start this off by saying, as much as I want to be like, oh, the Cowboys' run defense is better, the Chiefs have not been that good. The issue is the Cowboys have the worst safeties I've ever seen on the deep ball. They're lost. So if that's the case, against Mahomes, who's going to want to throw the ball every play, I have a feeling this is just going to be an absolute shootout, like 35-33.
Yeah,
that's where I'm at with that game.
Yeah, I think I mean, outside of it being Rashid Rice season, because against all the zone coverage, I wouldn't be surprised to see like an Xavier Worthy like longest reception here, just like you mentioned the safeties and all that. I mean, 18.5, I feel like it's doable for him here. I think they do attack deep, even though they've still haven't been good at it, but. I can't believe last week was their first time they had 100 plus receiver this year.
I believe it. I mean, I'm just every quarterback has gone over their longest completion against the Cowboys except for Justin Fields and Geno Smith. So basically, every actual quarterback this season has gone over their longest completion prop. The deep ball is there. Yeah. It's there every time. It's truly terrible. To watch. And now they're a pass funnel because Quentin Williams has made their run defense really good. So I don't know why you wouldn't attack the ball deep.
And they've been increasing their pass rate the last few games too. So
Who the
The
Cowboys
Chiefs.
defense? Oh yeah, because everybody's healthy. Why would you run the ball?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think they just got Pacheco back too.
It's not
'Cause
gonna
I was
matter.
tired of seeing Clyde Edward-Helaire. So
I mean, Pacheco can keep his 3 yards of carry right there next to Kareem Hunt. I'm cool off that.
to be fair, Kareem Hunt is the short down yardage guy.
I mean, I don't. It would be one thing if they didn't have a good quarterback and like 5 serviceable receivers, but they do. So it's like I'm not giving you the ball unless we need 1 yard. There's no point. I'd rather run a
He usually
screen.
does get it. That's the
Yeah,
thing.
he'll get you that yard. I'll pat him on the back, tell him good job for getting me that yard. I'm not basing my offense on the run game if that's my
Yeah.
personnel.
No, I'm just saying that's why his yards per carry is a little bit skewed.
Oh yeah. Somebody has to take the wide receiver out and do Mahomes' longest completion over 37.5. I haven't posted it to Twitter yet, but that's what I did. I took longest completion for I think it was 0.8 units. All right. Let's talk about the Cowboys side a little bit. The popular thing to talk about has been George Pickens. Bro, I posted a tweet basically saying, oh, Jackson Smith-Njigba has talked himself into the Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson tier. The number one response was, put George Pickens in there too. No, I won't. Holy shit. This is the most insane recent. Like, I love George Pickens. This is ridiculous recency bias.
Recency bias is crazy.
Like,
We're
George
not gonna act like
Pickens.
JSN hasn't been doing this every single week.
Yeah, like, I mean, George Pickens, we're probably saying he's what, a top 20 wide receiver in the league? When we zoom out, not like how he's performing right now in F1. I'm saying, like, if you're drafting wide receivers, we're saying he's top 20. Are you putting him any higher?
Pickens?
Yeah.
Yeah.
CD's still top 7 at worst.
Yeah.
You can't convince me of it. If you don't think CD's a top 7 receiver in the league, you need to get your eyes checked or stop box score watching. Because, yeah, it's CD's team. He's going to get the bulk of the targets once again.
That's the one downside of the real app. Everybody's just looking at the app. They don't actually watch the game.
Bro, the day the real app adds like clips of the play after it happens, everybody's going to become a lot more educated on the game.
Yeah. And whatever they did with that bullshit phrasing that they did after each play, they need to change that immediately. That is the most annoying thing ever.
Punch out, first down, missed 37-yard field goal, I think was one of them. I was like, what am I reading?
It makes zero sense.
People in the chat are saying Hunt had 30 carries last game. He did, but if you're playing a passing funnel with as bad of DBs as Dallas is, you're not doing that again. If they do, I'll say this. If the Chiefs run the ball 30 times, then the Cowboys will win. That's what I'll say. I don't think the Cowboys are going to win. I think the Chiefs do take
If you watched Mahomes last week, there's a reason why Hunt had 30 carries.
That's also fair. But yeah, I'm not taking the Dallas plus 3.5 number is a good number. I actually if I had to pick a side, it would be Dallas. I'm not going to because their pass defense is so bad. But if you guys tell me right now you think Hunt's getting another 30 carries or they're just the run game in general, I will take you straight up. I'll give you 10 cents better than any price you get on the market for Dallas plus 3.5. Pickens better than CD, everybody will eventually see. No.
Basing that off of.
Guys, CeeDee Lamb, he's a better route runner than George Pickens. He's better after the catch than George Pickens. And he is more like you can rely on him for more consistent volume than George Pickens. George Pickens is no. You guys are gonna make me mad. This is gonna be.
There's a reason why CD is the top target when Dak is under pressure. When you're under pressure, you go to your top target, the one you trust the most.
Yep.
Targets are earned. I mean,
yeah, the last time he had drops like this, he had 112 yards the next game. The coach is saying it's like looking the same way. The coach straight up said after the game, he said, I'm going to give Kansas City a heads up on the game plan. We're going to be looking for CeeDee Lamb a lot. So that's what I'll expect. JJ, you can go argue with people in the comments for the next 30 seconds. I got to take care of something real quick. I promise.
Nope. Yeah, Pickens in the contract year. Contract years, players are always going to overperform. And then once they get that contract, oh, yeah, kicking feet up. Took Watson over longest reception yesterday. Over yards. I mean, hey, it's a Watson day here. I think he goes over everything. Goff pass attempts or Watson longest reception. I mean, Goff pass attempts don't sound bad because the way Green Bay plays defense, they want to keep everything underneath. You just get those easy underneath targets. I mean, slowly move the ball down the field. That's probably what the Lions are going to be doing here because I don't see a ton of success for their run game. But I mean, Pickens is a good receiver. Yeah, he just needed a quarterback. But saying he's above CD it's a little crazy.
CD is closer to Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase than George Pickens is to CD. I'll put it that way.
Yeah.
And I'll argue with anybody on that. Off topic, but Goff pass attempts or Watson longest reception? Probably Watson longest reception. Thoughts on Monty rush attempts? I like it. I think we've both talked about how the Lions aren't going to go away from the rush, but they can't give Gibbs 25 rush attempts every week, especially if they want to keep using him in the running game and the receiving game. So if that's the case, Monty has to get some rushing work here. All right, but back to Dallas and Kansas City, because we can argue about CD and George Pickens for weeks. Lord knows I will. Javonte Williams, though, in the run game. What are you feeling about that side of things?
I think it's going to be tough for him here.
I think it's going to be tough for him every week, and then he still gives you the same 80 yards somehow.
Yeah, he's just good at breaking off runs. I mean, he's great at yards after contact. I think he's number 1 in the league right now.
Yeah, he never goes down when you first hit him. Never.
Yeah, he's just a bulldozer.
I mean, bro, we really forgot how hyped he was the last 2 off seasons, I'll say, in Denver, and then Sean Payton didn't want to use him.
Yeah.
I will say though, I've come around on the Chiefs running defense. I was down on it to start the season. I feel like they've come together a little bit, and they're no longer something I want to target if I'm an offensive coordinator.
Yeah, I think you got to throw on him here, especially play action. Play action is going to be so crucial.
Oh yeah.
Who's the Cowboys' top play action target?
It's been George Pickens lately. I think when I checked, it was he had 11 targets. CD had 8 since they got back or something. But the thing that I thought was interesting is in games with CeeDee Lamb, he's still dominating target share against the blitz, which we know Spags loves.
Yeah.
So I think the pass game is still going to be it's going to go back to being funneled to CeeDee Lamb. Not expecting Javonte Williams. I don't think I won't expect much from him because this is a great matchup. But I think CeeDee Lamb is just going to be their extension of the run game, where it's just get the ball in his hands and let him work.
Yeah. You want to know something?
Let's hear it.
On play action passes, CD does have the higher first reach here, so 29.7%.
I got another
Ferguson's at 4.3 and Pickens is at 16.2. But the yards per route run is insane for CD, 4.47.
It's nuts. And the thing that I've completely forgot about until you mentioned that, in play action, the Chiefs are the worst play action defense in the NFL, which I know is why you mentioned play action specifically. When you're looking at EPA per attempt, at least, they're significantly worse to wide receivers than tight ends. So then you're looking at play action. You're debating between CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens. The coach has straight up said the intent is going to be to get CeeDee Lamb going again after a couple drops. The last time he said that, he had 112 yards. They're telling you the answers to the test. Why not take them?
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. It's why I took CD receiving yards here.
I'm right there. Me and Tony are right there with you. I see him in the chat. All right, let's talk touchdowns again then. So, as you guys can see, Kansas City is 7th highest in rushing touchdown percentage allowed at 45.45%. The last 3 games, that percentage has actually been climbing up a little bit to 57.14. If we look at Dallas, they're bang middle of the table. So there's not really much edge there. We're going to target a running back for Dallas, and that's going to be Javonte Williams. Any disagreements there, JJ?
No disagreements.
All right. In that case, are we going Chiefs or Cowboys? This is probably going to be our toughest one tonight, I feel like.
It is going to be the toughest one.
If I feel like we have to go to Chiefs because the issue is I don't want to take because I know I'm going to like Baltimore and I don't want to take 3 favorites. That's my only thing. It's gonna make me so mad when fucking Chiefs win on some bullshit again.
I might have to go Chiefs.
-2.5.
I won't be surprised if Dallas wins.
Neither will I. Should we just take the over?
What's the over at?
It's 52.5. I say we can water it down to 50.
Yeah, I'd rather take 50.
All right, thank God. Receiving prop. We can go CD. We can go Rashee Rice. We can go Patrick Mahomes' longest completion. We can go Patrick Mahomes' pass attempts. Kareem Hunt under attempts. What are you feeling? I think those are the main ones we've talked about.
Yeah. I feel like we gotta go CD. Even though like Rashee Rice would be my next choice. Against that, he's just a complete zone beater.
I know. What's his receptions at? 6.5 -115. It's not bad. Let's let the chat decide.
You know
Rashee Rice.
Yeah.
Do you want receptions or receiving yards for Rice? Let's go yards, bro. That secondary is so bad. All right, Rashee Rice or CeeDee Lamb yards. You guys get to decide in the chat, and that's going to be our last leg of this parlay.
Hollywood Brown longest reception. I do like that. Somebody got to throw deep. He did get a couple of. He got like 2 deep targets last week. He just didn't. Mahomes just couldn't get him on target.
All right, right now it's 1-1. We got 1 Rashee vote, 1 CD vote. We need more votes in the chat. Somebody said Rice longest reception. I think if you're going for a longest reception prop, Xavier Worthy's probably the better one. I personally just went with Dak because I don't want to debate it, or I didn't want to have to choose who's going to go deep. I think it's just going to be a mixed bag. So right now, let's see. We got 3 CD votes, 2 Rashee Rice votes. Let's do 1st to 5. We're 3-3. We got a ball game. CD 4-3. CD wins. How high or low do we want to go? The line is currently 79.5.
Was this for the regular parlay or the
regular parlay?
I'll probably take 79.5 then.
79.5 it is. That gets us 2 plus 306 on the parlay. On DraftKings. Nice. Another half unit.
A lot of those.
Dude, I know. All right. Last game, Ravens, and I don't see a poll. We were just, since we're on like 6 different platforms right now, we were just said to comment it in the chat. Bengals, Ravens. Joey B is back. T. Higgins is out. Samaje Perine is back.
It's Gesicki season.
Dude, I debated Gesicki and Yoshivas so long. I ended up choosing neither, but I know they're both going to go for like 60 yards. However, this Bengals defense is so bad, bro. They're so bad.
Yeah.
There's not a single stat you can look at where they're not like bottom of the league defensively. I don't understand how a defense is this bad. I also kind of expect this game to pace slower. That was one thing that Joe Flacco was really good at. I think we talked about earlier in the season is getting the play calls out quick and getting the line early. It kept the pace of play higher. And I think it also helped the effectiveness on the run game because the defensive line got more tired. If Joe Burrow's not doing that, I'm kind of reluctant to believe how effective the run game is going to be. And then combine that with the game being slower and no T. Higgins, I feel like this is going to be like a 24-14 type of game.
Yeah. Should we put the delay in the comments?
Oh, god damn, I keep forgetting. All right. Chiefs. Did I do money line or -2.5? Let me double check. I think I did 2.5. Oh no, we did the 50 plus. I'm stupid. Over 49.5 total. Javonte Williams touchdown. Yeah, thank you guys for reminding me. And CeeDee Lamb 80 plus receiving yards. It's plus 305 on DK. 0.5 units. There we go. All right. Yeah, back to what I was saying. I think it's going to be a slower game. I think the Ravens are going to be in control the whole game. I think we finally see a nice Derrick Henry game. So I know we talked about that a little bit before.
And I was looking at the stats for that one.
Yeah, what's making you like Derrick Henry so much? Convince the people.
Yes, I mean, outside of just the Bengals being just bad against the run, where's it at? I was looking at different personnel groups because I'm like, you look at the Jets game, it's like, why the hell is he struggling against the Jets? You think he had 21 carries for like 64 yards or something like that. So I looked at the different personnel groupings, and the Jets ran a 3-3-5 nickel like 50% of the time in that game. So when you look at personnel groups, 4-3-4, he's averaging 4.32 yards per carry. Then you got 3-4-4, 3.64 yards per carry. Then you look at the 3-3-5, which he went against, 3 yards per carry. And then you get to the 4-2-5 nickel, 5.58 yards per carry this season. And guess what the Bengals play?
You tell me, because obviously nobody knows where this is.
Yeah, Bengals play 4-2-5 nickel. So,
dude,
and when you look at the teams he played against a 4-2-5 nickel, Buffalo, Houston, he struggled a little bit. I mean, Houston,
they're dogs. They don't count. They're so good.
Yeah, the Bears and then the Browns.
No Mark Andrews in the Bears game, and I was looking at this actually. With Mark Andrews on the field, their EPA per attempt would rank 5th highest in the league. With him off the field, it would rank the 5th lowest in the rushing game. Their explosive rush rate goes from 18% with Mark Andrews on the field to 9%. So that's a very big difference. It's not something to discredit.
Yeah.
And what was the last team you said?
I said Browns, Bears, Texans, and Bills.
Yeah, he had a good game versus the Browns, didn't he? Or am I
18 carries, 103 yards.
Yep. There you go. I'm completely on the Derrick Henry train today.
Yeah, I'm right there with you.
He has only played at bottom, I think, 10, if I'm remembering correctly, rush defense 3 times this season. One of them was the Buffalo game. One of them, I think, was the Cleveland game. And the third one was that Chicago game without Mark Andrews. So he had, 112 yards in 2 of the 3, and the third one was he was missing Mark Andrews. We're on the Derrick Henry train, probably even more so than we're on the CeeDee. No, I'm probably more on the CeeDee Lamb train than Derrick Henry today. But they're
like
both
the 49ers missing George Kittle in the blocking game. It's like that.
They're both probably going for 125 and a touchdown.
Yeah,
I feel really good about that. As far as the pass game, I think Rashad Bateman should be back. Last I checked, D-Hop, his usage still isn't great. Likely, Mark Andrews are both in the mix. I don't think they're going to have to run much. I don't think Lamar is entirely healthy, or I don't think they're going to have to pass much. I don't think Lamar is entirely healthy, so I think they're going to want to lean on the run game as much as they can.
And that's what they did last week too.
Yeah.
Their drop back rate was like -5% over expectation. So
yeah,
I like that.
That sounds all right. I wouldn't expect anything differently here.
And I didn't forget to comment. This is like one of the reasons why people aren't really on Lamar passing. I mean, everything sets up for the run game here. They've been leaning on the run game. I think they stick to that game plan, just running the ball downhill.
His underpass attempts at 21 as his underpass attempts at 28.5 is very tempting to me.
Yeah.
Especially, I need to look up the game log, but especially if we think they're going to win comfortably, which at least I do. I don't know if that's where you stand on this or not, but I can look up his game log when they do win, at least for pass attempt props. So pass attempts, 28.5. Oh, too much. He's under this line in 6 of 8 games this season. If I look at wins, oh, okay, that's why. His only 2 games over this line were on the hook against Minnesota and Cleveland. In both of those games, I'm wondering how many. Well, Cleveland is I would say technically good run defense, but Henry obviously had a good game against them. And the Minnesota game, I'm trying to see what the yards per carry was in that game. Let's see. 6.67. So they just had their way against those defenses, I guess, from start to finish. But yeah, I like Lamar under pass attempts as well. Anything else on the Ravens side before we get to the Bengals side?
I know there has been a lot of chatter about D-Hop. He has been getting a lot of, like he's has potential to making some splash plays, but just his targets lately just haven't been really on target.
Dog, if me and you go out there against the Bengals, we got potential to make splash plays.
Yeah, but I mean his targets. No, his route share I think has been up recently. Let me see what it's.
Yeah, the last 2 games Bateman didn't play for what it's worth, but I'm checking the games before that as well. So 2022 without Bateman, the games before 14 routes, 7 routes, 11 routes, 18 routes. If I remove any blowouts, let's see if that changes things. That removes the 7 route game. So we're looking at probably 10 to 20 routes. I'd say 12 to 20 routes in this one. I'd probably say 12 to 18 because we're expecting it to be more run heavy here.
Yeah.
Not interested in Bateman. Zay Flowers, I've kind of given up on trying to get a read on him. I think it's very much just like, I don't think it has anything to do with matchup anymore. I think it's just when they feel like using him and like whether they want to scheme him up or not.
Yeah.
What's Lamar's attempts at? I thought I saw 28.5 earlier. I think right now I'm only seeing 27.5, but let me double check on that. Lamar, yeah, 27.5 is best line now, which I still like. Somebody said, is it Chase Brown's receiving yards? It's only 21.5. Samaje Perine back today, which is going to severely cut into his route share. So I would stay away. Especially because something else I noticed, because I was researching this prop before I found out Samaje Perine was out. His yards per run and 2 high compared to single high are night and day, and Ravens actually run a lot of single high. So even though they do allow a lot of yards per game to the running back, but this was also the case last season, not just this season. It's kind of contradicting information. Happy Thanksgiving, CJ. Appreciate you, dog. All right, Bengals, Gesicki, Yoshi Voss, Jamar Chase, Noah Fant, Joey Burrow is back. Give me your take on that side, JJ.
I mean, I feel like Jamar Chase is still going to get peppered like usual, but a 92.5 receiving yards line is just, you might as well just take 100 plus. There's no point in taking anything in the 90s, receiving or rushing. Just take the 100 plus. They're more likely to go over that than fit right in between there. So,
yep. I'm right there with you.
Yeah, no T. Higgins, P. Ryan back. So probably have to go Gesicki. I know there's usually he gets an uptick in targets when T. Higgins is out. I don't remember who had the data up for that. Let me see if I can look it up. Okay, Ian has it. So 2024 without T. Higgins, week 1, 3 receptions, 18 yards, 4 targets. Then he has 7 receptions, 91 yards. In week 2, week 8, 7 receptions, 73 yards. Week 9, 5 receptions, 100 yards. And then week 10, 4 for 30. But the targets, I mean, you got 9, 8, 6, and 9.
You're looking at
Gesicki,
right?
Gesicki, yeah.
I'm going to look up his game log last year without T. Higgins too, like on the site, so I can get that up on the screen for everybody.
Yep. I probably could have just did that. It'd been faster.
Don't worry, that's what I'm here for. So this was last year in the 5 games that T. Higgins, what is 35.5 is his line? Or you can get 30.5 in some places, Fanatics. But 34.5 seems to be consensus, so we'll do that.
I'm debating on putting him in my flex and fantasy, honestly.
So that last game against Baltimore, it looks like, let me do regular, hold on, what's going on here? Okay, so the last game was against, the one he missed against New England, he only had 18 routes. This game with 30 yards against Baltimore, he had 50, but he also had 86 air yards. So that's very promising. So remove the one game with low routes run, because I think we're going to see 20, it's safe to say we'll see 20 routes from him. In these 4 games, you saw 62, 56, 78, and 86 air yards. It's probably a nice Mike Gesicki day. We disagree with the projections here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I like that over Yoshi Boston. I was debating that a lot earlier this week. Burrow most passing yards. Is that playable?
I like that.
I assume you mean in the game. If it's in the game, it's a free square. If it's on the slate, Dak and Mahomes might give you a sweat. Jordan Love, 1.5 passing touchdowns. Yeah, Lions allow a pretty high percentage of touchdowns against them to be passing touchdowns, which I like. The only issue is I do anticipate the Lions defense to cause problems overall, so the opportunities are probably going to be lesser than you want them to be.
And then as far as CD, when they're in the red zone, he's getting at least 2 targets.
Yeah.
It's just, is he going to haul it in? I hope so today.
As far as the run game for the Bengals, going to be very easy for you. Just stay away. If you're going to play anything, playing under. This is a Ravens team that allows the 11th least yards after contact per attempt, and they've been better recently, at least if I'm remembering correctly. So if that's the case, and you don't have Joe Flacco, which his pace of play and getting in the line caused problems for defensive lines a little bit. And we remember how much the Joe Burrow aspect of calling plays and getting the lines, how much that hurt the run game to start the season. I'm out on the Bengals run game today. I think they're going to get slaughtered.
Yeah, I think it's going to be very much a Joe Burrow day. It's a lot of throwing.
Right. So let's get to the parlay, JJ. What are Ravens minus? Let's do Ravens money line, because what I want to do is if we get through the first 2 games, I want to sweat a little less for the last one. Let's do Bengals money line. I assume we're going Henry rushing yards, unless you wanted to lean into something else.
You do Henry rushing yards.
All right, touchdown prop. What are we going with? I don't think I shared that on the screen yet. Let's do that real quick. So Cincinnati ranks 7th lowest in rushing touchdown percentage allowed. So you target passing touchdowns against them. Baltimore, 11th highest. So you want rushing touchdowns against Baltimore, which we just said we don't want to target the run game there. and we think Baltimore is going to win anyways, or passing touchdowns against Cincy. The issue with that, JJ, is Lamar is minus 200 for 2 passing touchdowns.
That's gross.
So do we want to
Burrow is minus 154 for most passing yards in the game.
It's probably a free square.
Could we replace that with that?
I don't know if they're going to let us parlay it.
Oh, that's right.
Let me check. Not in this category. I got to go to game leaders. Oh, it is.
I think we replaced that with the touchdown bet.
Derrick Henry is minus 290 for most rush yards. Wait, where is this? I see most receiving yards and most rush yards. What book are you on?
FanDuel.
It's on FanDuel. All right, well, it's not on DraftKings, so let's go check FanDuel. Most passing yards. Yep, you can SGP it. Nice. All right, and then Ravens money line and what's his face? Derrick Henry 90+ yards.
Great find, Justin.
That is a great find. Plus 223. Another half unit on that baby. Now we got to combine all of it. The issue is, well, I guess it's not an issue. The best odds on the other two are on DraftKings, but this one's only on FanDuel, so we got to eat slightly worse odds, but I'm also only going to be able to put 0.1 units on it, so I guess it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
I'll type it out. Or JJ, can you type it out in the chat while I lock this in?
Yep.
Appreciate you. We got CD 80+, game total 50+. Alternate total points. There we go. And Javonte Williams touchdown. Dude, I really like this. I really like what we cooked up on this one. Then we got Lions minus 2.5. Monty touchdown. And what do we do? Christian Watson 50+ is the last leg.
Yeah. He said, so Derrick Henry 90.5 rushing yards, Baltimore money line, then Joe Burrow most passing.
Yeah. Ho, a nice $10 to win $1,069. That's gonna be fun. All right, I'm gonna get this on the screen for you guys, the full parlay. It's not even gonna fit in a screenshot. Wait, will it? Almost. Oh, I can make it work. Let's go. And I'll get it the Baltimore SGP on the screen for you guys. And then I'll get it on. I'll share my screen and share with you guys real quick. Once it sends to my computer, it's taking its time.
Cousin
gave any other questions
on the money line? Yes. Yeah,
I'll
take that every day.
Yeah, tell your cousin thanks for the early Christmas gift. My cousin would not be so generous.
I mean, that's plus EV. You got to take it.
Full Packers fan. Oh, that's so funny. All right, here is the full parlay. Oh, JJ, that looks nice. Dude, if we get Monty touchdown, I think I'm just going to anticipate the whole thing to hit.
Well, that's going to be hide the comment real quick for the bottom. There you go.
Yeah, there you go. I was about to do it as well.
Because I know people want a screenshot.
Yeah, I'm telling you, if we get Monty touchdown, I'm just gonna start spending my $1,000 now or immediately. I'm just gonna assume
Are
it
you able
hit.
to post a link of it in the comments or?
Yes. Hold on. The issue is I don't think people can click on it if I do it. It's like I can, but then
So
I don't know
usually
if
my
anybody can
workaround
click
is
it.
I just screenshot it and then go into pictures and then copy the link that way.
See, guys, this is why we have JJ on here. He's full of bright ideas. I'm trying to figure out if I can make the thing look nicer, the comment.
It says it brings you to the location rather than tell the bet.
What do you mean?
Oh no, I'm just.
No, I know.
Just
I'm asking
triggered.
him. I see it. Don't worry. Yeah, what do you mean by that? JJD, is there any lotto like lean type spots you want to have here?
It says it tells you to select the state.
Yeah, I think once you select the state and like log in, once you're logged in, you can go back and click the link again, then it should autofill, I believe.
Gotcha. Some leans I have. Copy and paste in the notes, yeah.
What if we do like the sneaky lotto, like Tesla 30 yards? Who
What's
else is
Gesicki at?
He's at like 30 some yards.
35 and a half. So we could take a 40 plus there.
Yeah, we need to get some action in all the spots that we said we liked but didn't put in the parlay.
Rashee Rice.
We could do Rashee Rice. Rashee Rice, 90 ball.
Yeah.
So we got Tesla 30 yards, Gesicki 40 yards, Rashee Rice 90 yards. You got plus 1432. How many Burrow passing yards if I don't have passing yards? 250. Is that safe, you think?
Let's see. His line's at 257 there. What's it at on?
Oh, then you could probably do 225. You can probably still get enough juice to make it work at similar odds.
Yeah.
I'm gonna add Rashee Rice 6+ receptions so we can make it an SGP, by the way. Or I might be able to add like 10 or like 2 receptions.
Yeah, I go like 225.
All right, we got a 30% boost for $25 max. A nice 25 wins 560. Nice, we like that. And then I got to make a touchdown parlay.
That's
so
right.
what were the ones that we said we liked? We wanted to target Cincy. We said Monty. Montgomery, Javonte, and no, we were going to do Lamar 2+ passing touchdowns, but what was the prop we ended up doing actually? All right, I kind of made a mistake, but I guess it works out. Instead of a touchdown prop, I just put Henry and Burrow. We didn't actually put a touchdown prop in there. But we'll take it. I'm just gonna no, I don't want to do Lamar 2+ passing touchdowns. Probably let's do Mark Andrews so we get the upside of the tush push.
Or a bootleg.
Yeah.
I can't believe that actually worked.
50% boost on FanDuel.
Someone in my fantasy league won off that touchdown too.
Bro, I lost because Ricky Pearson couldn't get me like 20 yards.
I lost by half a point because Bryce Young couldn't complete a pass to Ted McMillan.
All right. Anything else we gotta go over before we sign off? Any other questions? 'Cause I got Thanksgiving at 30 minutes as the Lions game starting, so I might sprinkle in that CD and Derrick Henry 125 and 1 touchdown each play we talked about. I think I'm going to. What's touchdown and alt yards parlay? So the leans parlay we had, or the touchdown parlay is just the same 3 you see here, but since we don't have one in the Bengals game, we did Mark Andrews. So Javonte, Montgomery, and Andrews. The alt yards was Gesicki 50+, Isaac Tesla 30+, and Rashee Rice 90+. What was I doing on here? Oh. So Derrick Henry 125 rush yards and a touchdown. CeeDee Lamb touchdown and 120. Let's do 100. Let's be responsible here. What's best odds I get? Plus 1720 on ESPN. That'll do it. Because I get a 30% boost on there. $50 max. In there. What would Sonic and Knuckles each 1 touchdown parlay pay once this CD unknown error? What is going on? Come on, ESPN. Don't be scared of me now. There we go. All right, let's check the Sonic and Knuckles one. Monty, 8.5 rush attempts, or Watson, 40 receiving yards. Watson's probably more reliable. Wouldn't you say, JJ?
I'd say so.
Jameer and Monty each to get a touchdown is, drum roll, plus 300 on DraftKings. All right, I'm going to sign off because I got to get ready. Appreciate everybody. I will post this to Twitter and the Discord so you guys can see it in tail if you haven't already. Otherwise, happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Thank you for tuning in on your Thanksgiving morning. JJ, good to talk with you as always. We'll see you guys tomorrow. We got a Black Friday game tomorrow, so we'll probably be making either a video or a stream. We'll see. But good luck, everybody.
It's probably going to be a stream because I ain't getting up early.
One thing at a time. But yeah, for the people who are watching, it'll probably be a stream. Take care, everybody.